Good position on US and JPY. Okay, and look at those profits. It's not a live account. This is just for informational purposes only. And this is um, USJPY on the bull market. Now, when I found this out, this easy pattern, this pattern here showed an RSI and the MACD for Forex trading on the US and JPY. And I opened up the hour chart, but first I figured out through the other time frames with the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, the 30, the hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. Just practicing my strategy, as you see right here. And my reasoning was that first number right there, 61, was trading below the 30. So when I seen the price line on the RSI trending below the 30, I put my buy positions, and here it is, 10:56 at night, trading and practice trading my strategy on the Forex. And here it is, I don't know, a big massive move, and I practically have made all those are my US and JPY positions right now. 346.01 cent, 300 US JPY 300. I got one bad position yet, but most of these are all winners. And let's just say I have the US 30 for the sell. As you see, the US 30 right here in my position, US 30 spot. And I've got two positions there. And I've got, let's see here. Yeah, I better get out of this AUZ. I'm gonna close this trade because I think I should have closed this earlier, but it's already too late. Uh, but it's alright. You can't always be profitable, but at least that's just a $72 loss. At least just a $72 loss. Losses are painful, very painful. But besides my losses, I close those. The rest of these are all winners, except maybe one more loss. But that's about it. I mean, this was not by chance. I read the candlesticks, the pivots, the MACD, the RSI, and stuff of that nature. And I'm just practicing the Forex market. I've been practicing for a long time now. I did have a live account to an overshore broker for a little bit, and I blew my account out. It was about, I would have been $2,700 in the green if I didn't blow it up, but just out of illustration to let you know, once you get hungry to do something, this is just for illustration reasons, okay? I'm not really trying to like show off my money because this is not real, and I'm gonna be point blank explaining this is at your own risk. You're just learning from somebody else. I mean, this is just a demo account. I am practicing. I'm a trader in practice. I have had quite a few live accounts, but I'm just in practice. So this is just for illustration reasons. But like we all say, I'm going to have to out of my JPY trades. I'm going to have to get off of my JPY trades because I do not know how much further this is going to move. So right here, where it's trying to go up a little bit more, like for another squeeze, I'm not going to squeeze it. I'm going to close with profit. Allow me to close. Okay? Allow me to close and profit. This one, I'm closing with 500 and something in profit, which is not bad. One bit not bad. So I just closed those. I'm going to close my US 30s. I don't know how much further this is going to come down because I've got 5.0. I've got 5 lots, 9 lots, 9 lots, 9 lots. I might just hold on to this for a few more minutes because I was only closing and I was only. But maybe, maybe, maybe. I could squeeze this for another point or two, or about a couple more pips. I might be able to. I might be able to. I might be able to. Yeah, I might be able to squeeze it for a few more pips. Damn, burn it. I'm sorry. I might be able to squeeze this for a few more pips. I might be able to. But yeah, this has been only a couple hours trading season. And just practicing and learning and practicing and getting educated. And yes, I'm doing this off of a tablet, an Amazon Fire tablet. And I'm learning. I'm just learning, people. I want to open up a live account again and do this again eventually. Now, can you make money like this every day in the Forex market? That is a pretty good, easy choice. That's a good question to ask yourself. Can you relatively... oh, okay. But can you literally do this every single day in the Forex market? Well, you probably could, but you want to look for patterns. When I opened this position for the US 30, I opened it on a practice account, a demo account. Okay? A demo account. And the RSI, which is right here, was trailing at, when I first opened my positions, it was below the 30, so I already closed those positions. And then it was at the 70 mark. So it was telling me once it hit the 70 mark on the RSI, which shows you the price and movements and strength, it also showed me pivots and deliverance in the market. Basically, in terms of I'm speaking in change in price. And as you see, one of those lines is the MACD, and the other one's crossing. And that's also shares being traded at this given moment, and volume and relatively everything else. As you actually can see, it's actually crosshairing one another. So I've got the Madden 2 level highs and lows. So basically, I know when the market's going to change in position to a certain extent, not a 100%, but it's a good probability. Wow. This was only going to go for 2,000 and I was going to trade. I was just going to squeeze this for a couple more points. Oh my. My. My 3 positions for US 30. I think it's 4 positions mainly. I'm gonna put my take profit here. I'm gonna take my take profit. Now there are 3 positionings. I'm going to modify my order, and I'm going to hit a take profit. It is. I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna try to see if I can just few pivots below this. I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna. I'm gonna do 201.20. I'm gonna do, yeah. I'm gonna modify that right there. No, that's a little bit too far down. I'm going to take my profit a little ways up. I'm gonna move my candlestick a little ways up. I might just take this at a higher pivot. I'm gonna have to touch my screen here so it doesn't. Sorry for that little interruptance. I'm not for sure this is gonna go all the way up, so I'm just gonna have to bring this up to I might put this to 180 because I'm gonna take my profit at 180. Maybe I'm gonna go a little closer to that because I've done squeezes, I think, for as much as I can probably get out of it. I've done squeezes for as much as I can probably get out of it. So I'm probably gonna go a little higher to 190. I'm gonna go to 30189. All right, here we go. This is gonna close right there at my. I'm gonna get out of this position right now. See, when I set my take profit right there, I'm gonna set the rest of them at that particular. And I'm out. And I'm gonna set my next take profit to once to the to 175 marker. I'm gonna try to squeeze that for a point more for the 175 marker to 31.75 if it will go. Let's just see if the market will appreciate me. Let's just see if the anticipation of what the market's going to do. I'm going to put this at 175. Let's see how far US 30 drops. Let's see how far more US 30 drops before I put it. Okay, I think it's going to hit my target. Here we go. It's going to hit my target. Okay, there it is. Let's see what happens. If it starts going right back, I'm going to... If I can get this, if I decide to, if the market decides to move in my favor, let's just pray. And this is probably like 70 more pips than what I would normally get out of this. Normally, I would put it. I done made my 100 pips, so. But here's. If it's going to give it to me, it's going to give it to me. It's moving slowly. Yes, I'm getting greedy, but it's actually close. I'm just trying to squeeze this for 20 more pips. 20 more pips. This is a US 30 spot CFD. I can't trade this in the United States, but you people overseas can. So, yeah, this is easy. This is a strategy this is just an illustration. This is an illustration. When you practice this kind of market, when you practice, I've been doing this and practicing and doing live accounts for months now. And there is a perfect I waited for this to happen. I'm I'm getting close. I'm getting close to the 4,000 mark. It's gonna touch. It's gonna touch. I just need 3 more points to the bottom, to the downside. It's gonna touch. It's fighting. It's testing. Come on. If it decides to move, I'm gonna push this button right here. If it doesn't decide to move right into my favor, come on. 4,000. $94.15. 4,415. It's gonna move. I just need 2 more points. Let's squeeze this for 2 more pips. 2 more pips. I just need a couple more pips. A couple more, like a half a pip, and it is. And I did. There you go. There you go. There you go. I made it. I made that. Ooh. And my account was 10,000 below. My demo account is tonight. I've just increased it by 1,700. Well, quite a bit. But I'm gonna see what happens to these other 2 positionings in the market. I might just open up one more position to see if I can get a squeeze this for a couple more pips, because this is going to be a continual downtrend for the US 30. So a continual downtrend for the US 30. Now when you're doing this, I'm telling you, look and pay attention to your RSI and the MACD. When this was downtrending, before it downtrended a couple hours ago, now I'm not saying I pay attention to 100% of my RSI. I just use it as my price line and to, my entries when I do stuff like this. I just use it for my entries. I don't really go completely off of my indicators. I also look for candlesticks like this. You see these candlesticks? This was at, the RSI showed 70 point something, and then it went from 70, and then as it went up, I can tell it was drop. I was going to drop. I didn't know when, but the probability to my strategy was my principles. My principles. This is my principle. This is the principles that I use all the time. Is this a secret? Can anybody learn this? I'm just gonna put a. I'm not gonna put a huge position out on this because I don't know how many points I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna do one lot, and then try to. You people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm just gonna go for one. I might go for like 3 lots and see if I can secure, maybe secure a few more pips. I'm just looking for a couple pip. I'm just looking for a few. I'm just looking for a few pips to move to the right move. Or yeah, I'm just looking, see what happens. Let's see what happens here. I just put and a small loss. It could be. It could go downwards. The RSI is saying there's sellers in the market, so it could get $100 out of this one lot. Right now, it's in a negative. Now, this also could turn against me too. I'm just showing you what happens if you're not completely in the money. Yeah, I'm at this spot. I'm losing 128 120, but it's trying to retest. It's going to retest eventually. It might go back down a couple more points. This is just a 3 lot, and this is just for illustrations. I mean, just pay attention, people. When you're trading and you see, price movements and stuff. Oh, give me a minute. And you see price movements and stuff. There it is. When you see price movements in the market and stuff, and you start understanding how these price movements and numbers work, you can make a significant income. But yeah, but this is just a price movement. If you understand the movements in the market, if you understand that, this is a 30-minute ordeal. I know it's a long one. I might be able to get a couple. I might. I'm just waiting for this to move. This is moving. I don't know. It might. I might. I'm up. I'm losing a little bit. I know the risk reward ratio to this ordeal, and please,